Total control underway in Yira. Yo, check it. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Quadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. EU orders driver-facing cameras in every new car to monitor behavior and potentially shut down vehicles, which can be very dangerous because imagine a car suddenly shutting down in the middle of busy traffic, all because a person decided to move their face out of the screen. But at the end of the day, this is going to lead to complete control. Because remember, the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers, which are Edomites trickling down to the rest of their nation of people. But I'm mainly talking about the so-called elites. What they want is total control. Okay? They want total control of people's lives. And they have determined that the best way to do this is to do it electronically, where they can have full access to your electric vehicle and be able to shut it down at any time when you're speaking out against their government or when you're doing something that they don't like. You know, remember, these so-called elites, they have a God complex. Okay, and they're really looking to play God. As of July 7th, every new car sold in the European Union is required to include a camera-based monitoring system aimed directly at the driver's face, which is also BS because, as you can see, you got other people in the car that are not drivers, but it's using facial recognition on them. Okay, the technology known as Advanced Driver Distraction Warning (ADDW) system is designed to watch motorists and determine whether they are distracted, drowsy, or not paying sufficient attention to the road. No, it's much more than that. Okay, you ever heard of espionage? Let's look up espionage. What's espionage? Espionage. What is espionage? What is espionage or espionage? Okay, espionage espionage or notch, tomato, okay, refers to the clandestine practice of spying or using secret agents to obtain confidential political, military, or commercial information. Okay? And these camera-based monitoring systems being installed in these new vehicles, that's a form of an agent. Because an agent does not have to be a living, breathing person. Okay? Artificial intelligence can also be used as an agent for spying on people. Okay? And not only that, but the US government would also have control to these camera-based monitoring systems installed in your car, where they can see your face and know where you're going every time you enter your car. That's a spionage. Okay? It is most commonly associated with governments gathering intelligence on foreign adversaries. And to you people on the souls of America, okay, y'all are a foreign adversary to the US government. Okay, it says foreign adversary there, but you people over here on the souls of America, you you know, they look at us as foreign adversaries. Okay. And a matter of fact, way back when Obama was in office, he passed a bill called the NDAA, which is the National Defense Authorization Act, which turned everybody of the United States of America who are citizens as enemy combats or enemy combatants or enemy dissidents. So a foreign adversary would typically be somebody who would not be down with the New World Order. So guess what? If you're not down with the New World Order, you're considered a foreign adversary in the sight of the US government. It is commonly associated with governments gathering intelligence on foreign adversaries, but it also covers corporate spying used to steal trade secrets from rival companies. So that's what's going on here. Okay, it's these camera-based monitoring systems are clearly being used to spy on you people down there in Europe. And it's going to be used for you people over here in America too. Okay? So it says Brussels says it's about safety. And safety is just a smoke screen for invading your privacy. Okay? It's not about safety. It's about control, and it's about monitoring your habits, where you're driving, and everything else. Let's face facts, it's about mass surveillance, and 1984 is right around the corner. The new mandate is part of the European Union's expanded General Safety Regulation (BS), which now requires all newly registered vehicles to include a host of electronic safety features, including advanced emergency braking systems, forward visibility technology, tire wear monitoring, and camera systems that constantly observe drivers inside their own vehicles. So, I mean, we could just stop right there, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? And there is an evil scheme, an evil purpose behind these camera-based monitors being installed into these vehicles. Let's go real quick to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, and we'll just start at 1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, which these Edomites, the self-proclaimed white man, who call themselves elites, okay, who call themselves Rothschilds or Rockefellers, they are your modern day prince of Tyrus. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashon Yahweh Shai God. because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not God, though thine set thy heart as the heart of God. Okay? Because like the Lord said in the book of Isaiah 55, verse 8, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, save the Lord. Even as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways. So these Edomites are they're nowhere near on the level of the Most High Yahweh. Okay, so the Heavenly Father sent Ezekiel to basically, you know, put this man in his place. You so-called elites, you think that you're gonna be the Most High here on earth? Nah, bruh. Nah. Thou art a man and not the Most High. Though thou set thy heart as the heart of God, you think like the Most High. Well, no, you don't think like the Most High. But you call yourself thinking like a God, wanting to monitor everybody and control their lives. But no, you are a man. You bleed just like any other creature on this living creature on this planet bleeds. With that, I'm going to say shalom. It's on to the next one.